one of the hardest things about being gay or trans is how a lot of the resources provided at school are not catered towards gay and trans students. So all of the history is about straight white men, that kind of thing. So it's all about a group of people that you don't identify with. Your teachers ask you when you're going to get married to, when you're going to get married in a straight relationship, and identify with that. And a lot of the times your teachers don't know how to call you by the right pronouns if you're trans and that kind of thing. So it becomes very difficult for you to feel comfortable coming out. And especially if there's a lot of homophobia or transphobia, where students say homophobic or transphobic slurs and the teachers don't stop it, or no one calls attention to it, then you're like, well, why should I come out and talk about who I am if no one is going to defend me if someone is rude, or if someone attacks me, no one is going to be there because they're not doing it in class, so they're obviously not going to do it anywhere else.
And while it really depends on the school, there might not be a safe, nurturing environment for LGBT students. It's on a case-by-case basis, but you might not be safe being LGBT out in schools because you don't know how the student body is going to treat you. You might get bullied, harassed, and it might not be safe from teacher and student aspect.
Being an LGBTQ youth in the school system is hard, but being a youth in general is hard. It just makes it a little bit harder. And another issue that occurs in the school system often is coming out as LGBTQ youth, after you've already started the environment of high school. Coming out as a trans person in your high school year, that's in any year besides freshman year, is extremely hard, because everyone at that point, all of the teachers, all of your friends know you as the one gender that you were the year before, and won't necessarily respect your pronouns or your new gender, and that makes it incredibly difficult. And it's really hard to go around and doing that. But if you feel as though it's necessary, that's something that you need to do. That's something that is almost a necessity for your own well-being, as long as you feel safe. Don't come out unless if you feel safe.
Because being a teenager is already hard enough as it is, and there's always that constant, I want to conform with my peers, and I don't want to be different, I just want to be normal, and whatever normal means, but you just want to fit in. And then when you find out, or you realize, oh, I'm gay, or I'm a lesbian, or I'm trans, or whatever it might be, and then you want to tell people that, but you feel like I don't want to be different, I don't want to be pulled apart from my peers, because then that's a reason for them to hate me, even if it obviously isn't.
You don't want to put a bullseye on your back.
Exactly.
Definitely, and especially with the expectations, if you know all the people there for a year since you were a kid. I know when I was younger, I conformed. I was there, I was spitting gay slurs, I was, and you don't want to go out and say, oh wait, I'm not straight, because everyone expects you to be this person that you never really were, but you faked to fit in. Mm-hmm. And now you feel the need to fake it till you leave, and that might not be healthy for you.
Another issue might be, depending on what kind of school you go to. Do you go to a public school with a lot of people and, a bunch of people with different views and different opinions, and, there's always going to be someone who's going to accept you, in a more of a public school environment? Or do you go to a private school that has a religious affiliation? Do you feel, scared to come out due to the religion? I know that I went to a religious school for the majority of my life, and I didn't come out until I went to public school, because I was honestly terrified of, the impact that, it would have on my education, because I knew that the teachers were biased. But, that ties into don't come out until you feel safe, because sometimes it's just easier. And as much as it might be extremely difficult to keep that on your chest and to, have to hold your tongue every time someone says something about LGBT or anything, it's better than being bullied or, having some form of harassment occur to you due to your sexual or gender preference.